It is a new day and I have another collection of Pokemon cards here to go through. I picked this one up in early March, I believe. I can't actually remember the value that I paid on this one, but as you can see here, I will preface that a lot of these cards are in heavy play condition, if not damaged. I don't know what you would class this one as, but I would class this as super heavy play. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of Heartbreak in this video, I can tell you that, because we got some big creases, some huge dents, and even some water damage to get through. So I'm going to be flicking through the holo cards mainly, and then I will speed up any footage of like the bulk and the common and uncommons. I'll speed that up because no one's interested in that. So let's crack on with these. We've got a Kabutops here from Fossil. That Hitmonlee there was from Legendary Collection, by the way. This collection had mostly base, jungle, fossil, with the odd scattered around of Neo, Legendary Collections and things like that. We got a Pidgeot from the jungle set here. Really nice card. Pidgeot was one of my favourite Pokemon growing up and still is now. Absolute classic from 151. From the 151, okay, not the set. Next, here's some of that Heartbreak I was talking about. Beautiful Espeon from Neo Discovery, one of the chase cards from the set. One of the best cards in history, if you ask me. But look at that water damage to the left of the card. It's absolutely hideous. Don't worry, that was all taken into account when I bought the collection. Moving on. Sabrina's Alakazam from Gym Challenge. Another big card. I'm taking everything out of the sleeves that they came into and putting them into penny sleeves. Just for my OCD, look up there on the top left. Massive crease in the corner there. Bit of dirt on the back. Not horrible, but that crease in the corner has absolutely ruined the card for me. Looks like we've got a Mewtwo from base set coming up now. And again, absolutely blended. Someone's laid that face down on the pavement and just stomped on it. I'm not even sure how you cause this much damage to Pokemon cards. Next up, Hypno from Fossil set as well. What's this one looking like? Yeah, fat dent or a crease in the right hand side of the card there. All of these cards are next up to be listed on my eBay store, so if some people like damage cards, they like to get them cheap, just for the binders, so be prepared, there will be some cheap, heavy played cards going up on the eBay store at some point. Next, absolutely horrified, Rocket's Mewtwo, one of the biggest cards in Gym Challenge, and fat crease on the corner. I must say I see cards like this all too often when buying collections. All too often. We weren't to know, we was kids. We weren't to know. My childhood collection looks something similar. Moving on, I think this one was Legendary Collection Articuno. Yes, a Legendary Collection, not the Fossil, which everyone will mistake it for. Holo Articuno from Legendary Collection there, very nice card. Pop that baby in a sleeve. After that, we got the Fossil Lapras holo. This is a super common holo from the Fossil set. I seem to have these just pile up. Once I've bought a few collections, I seem to have a ton of Lapras. Mr. Mime from the Jungle set. This is actually one of the rarer cards from the Jungle set I've found. It's not often when I've been putting together Jungle sets, like completing sets to sell and stuff. Mr. Mime is often one of the ones from Jungle that I don't have a lot of floating around, so yes, it does seem to be one of the more rare cards from Jungle, for me, in my personal opinion. Moving on, we've got the Zapdos from Fossil. This is just the 1999 version, but still an absolute banger in the game. Classic artwork. If you was born in the 90s, you'll recognise in that artwork for sure. Be prepared, prepare yourself for this one, guys. We've got an Aquapolis Holo Zapdos here. And look at that. Absolutely vile. It's been bent in half, bent vertically. Water damage as well, I believe. Absolute heartbreaker, that one. But again, if you're looking for an Aquapolis Zapdos and you're not looking to pay a lot of money, hit me up. Next card, we have the Electrode from Jungle. Nice looking card. A card that I get a lot of. Being a Pokemon collection buyer like myself, I see a lot of these cards very often. You know, the majority of what I get is base, jungle, fossil, and rocket. So these cards are all too common to me. But right here, Rocket Zapdos, that's a nice. That is a nice card right there. It's not one that you get too often, and it's a big hitter in the gym challenge sets. And it's not terrible condition either. No big creases, no bends, no big scuffs. It's actually come out of this collection beautifully. So big card right there. Magneton from Fossil. I'm not really a fan of this card. Not sure why, but just didn't hit for me. Gyarados, one of my favourite Pokemon ever. This is the unlimited base set version. Oh, that's better. I need to just grab a drink. My throat was dry as then. So, Gyarados. Look, this is clean. This is compared to what we've been seeing in this collection, this is a clean Gyarados right here. So, over the moon with that. A super common card, Gyarados, in base set. It's just another one like Lapras that I get tons of. Vaporeon, another one in jungle set that I seem to have tons of. There's one or two cards from each set that you've always got multiple left over. Oh my god, look at this. That's been through the blender multiple times. Absolutely destroyed Vaporeon right there. I may even just give that away at that point. I don't think I can charge someone to take that card off me. Another Vaporeon here, supporting the thinking that Vaporeon is a very common one from the jungle set. Oh, we've got a massive K on the back. That's lovely. Moving on, we got some Neo in the house. Ampharos from Neo Revelation. Wicked set. Not too many cards in this collection from that set, unfortunately. But Revelation is a big, big set with some really clean looking artworks. I hope someone gets some enjoyment out of going through this collection with me, because I like to document these just so I can look back on them in the future and see what I've had come through my doors and stuff. But hopefully you guys might enjoy it. Just seeing me go through all these different cards. It's always a surprise. You never know what you're going to see in here. It's always going to be a surprise. So I hope someone's getting some enjoyment out of it. And in the background, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but there are 2 stacks of fake Pokemon cards, which I will be making a video or a short or something or a TikTok about in the near future. They're the old school ones, which actually I've found over the years that a lot of people actually collect the old school vending machine stickers and stuff like that. So there will be a video on those in the near future. Victory Bell from Jungle Set. Not bad, not bad. Muck from Fossil Set. Another super common holo from the Fossil Set. Coming up next, looks like we've got a holo Nidoqueen from the Jungle Set. Really nice card. I don't know why Nidoking was in the base set and Nidoqueen was in the jungle set, but that is one of life's great mysteries. Venomoth. Moving on to a Pinsir from jungle set. Beautiful card. One that I always wanted when I was younger. Never had the Pinsir. Rocket Scyther from Gym Hero. See, we do have a few random cards from a few random sets, which is nice. We have the Aquapolis Zapdos. We got Rocket Scyther here. We had Rocket's Mewtwo. We got Erica's Vileplume. In the background there, on the stack to the left, you can see that there's an E-Series Hypno non-holo rare as well. So it's always nice when it's not just the usual base jungle fossil cards that come in. I get excited when it's something a little bit more rare, shall we say. So, looks like we got a holo Nidoking from base set. I'm not sure if we've already seen one of those. Okay, now we're getting on to some of the non-holo rares and stuff like that. So I'm going to flick through these a bit quicker. We had a Sabrina's Venomoth from Gym Heroes there. We got a Blaine's Quiz there. We got an E-Series Alakazam right there. What else? Sabrina's Gold Duck from Gym Challenge. Then I'll slow it down because we've got a Koga's Beedrill here. Get ready to puke. Boom. Look at that. Who would do this? So, yes. Very heavily played Koga's Beedrill there from Gym Challenge. What else have we got here? Moving on to this stack. What's under the hood of this stack? We've got a non-holo Hypno there. I mean, it's a Quapalas Hypno. Very rare. But it's the non-holo. After that, it looks like we have a Black Star Mewtwo from the first movie. Classic card. Okay, then we move on to some of the bulk. Flick through these quickly. We've got some Charmanders, Charmeleon. There are multiples of all of these. Not in great shape, as predicted from what you can see from the holos and non-holo rares and stuff. Coming up after this though, Brock's Rhydon. I've always loved this artwork. Not sure why, but it's always spoke to me. One of my favourite cards from Gym Heroes. I like the Lieutenant Surge's Fearer as well. Some big cards in those two sets. Pop him in a sleeve. He wasn't too bad, by the way. The condition of that Brock's Rhydon wasn't too bad. Bit of scratching on the holo. The holo was quite scratched up. Next we got a Raichu. Next we've got a Raichu from Fossil. Oh, but it's absolutely destroyed. There's an S on the back. There's marks all over it. There's warping. Great card. Horrible condition. Absolutely horrible condition. What are we going through now? Gonna go through these Bulbasaurs, get rid of those. Got an Ivysaur there. Going on to the waters. Squirtle, Wartortle. Team Rocket Squirtle. What else? There's a Lieutenant Surge's Raichu there from Gym Heroes, I think. A few more non-holo rares. These guys were already sleeved up in fitted penny sleeves, so I didn't need to re-sleeve those. Still plenty of non-holo rares in this collection, as you can see. That was a common uncommon, so that got put with the bulk. Just flicking through these. Some unknowns from the Neo sets there. Nothing really too major. Again, condition not the best. Pikachu. Rhydon from Legendary Collection, not Jungle there. Got Rhyhorn. And then the last few cards there were all Legendary Collection. Here's a nice change of pace. We've got a base set Japanese Ninetales. The old school artworks were so basic compared to what we get nowadays. And I'm happy because the old artworks are quite boring. There weren't much going on in them. Whereas now we've got proper detail. Okay, we've got a Neo Discovery Ursaring here with a fat crease down the middle. Which is no good to anyone. Next, one of the biggest cards from the Fossil set. We've got the Holo Dragonite. What was the condition of this like? Do I show it? Do I show lots of scratching on the hollow there? Plenty of whitening around the back sides as well. Not terrible though, not terrible. Compared to some of what we've seen. Absolutely, we'll take that. We got the fat boy from Jungle Set coming up next. My twin brother. Snorlax. Great card. One of the chases from Jungle Set for sure. Not in terrible shape. Definitely some dings and some whitening here and there, but not in terrible shape. Kangaskhan. One of the most common hollows in all of Jungle Set. A lot of the time when I see people posting about their last Wizards of the Coast hollows to sell and they're selling them in a bundle and stuff, there's always about 5 Kangaskhan's in there. And I know why, because they're so common. Coming to the end of this now, I think we're through all those. It's just the bulk left. And like I say, the fake vending machine stickers / Pokemon cards will be gone through in a separate video. Look at all this beauty. From here, the cards look great. From here, the cards look great, but we know that there's some serious creases going on. But a good selection of hollows from this collection. I was happy with it. I got it for a good price because of the condition on a lot of them. And yeah, like I say, if anyone's interested in getting some cheap, heavy play cards, then keep an eye on my eBay store because they will be listed on there super soon. And I will catch you guys in the next one.